Hello, guys. What's up? I'm Ashley. Welcome to the Tired Witches podcast.
And I'm Olivia.
And we are here on a late Friday night recording. This will be Monday by the time you guys listen to this. But, Liv, how's your week been?
It's been a week, hasn't it? Oh my goodness. Oh boy, it has been a week politically, personally, professionally. A lot has happened this week, I feel like. Overall I'm feeling pretty good if I can get my headset here to not mess up my hair, but overall I feel pretty good. How about you?
I feel like it's been a week. It's been a draining week. If you guys can tell from my voice, I am just getting over a really bad head cold, so I've been sleeping all week. I've been reading all week, playing some Stardew Valley, just, basking in my own misery.
Yes, she's been sick. I had a death in the family while I was on vacation. Like, it's been a lot has happened. And then we've had a lot happen in our little Boys of Tommen community as well.
Yes, you guys. Chloe woke up. She decided summer was over.
From hibernation, she it's the reverse for her. She's out for the winter.
She has emerged from the depths. She went on a 72-hour Spotify drop binge,
which had our heads spinning. Like, there was so much released.
Oh, I know.
She's been dead silent since Sunday.
I know. She basically said, "Here you go. Now shut up and leave me alone."
Like, we also, should we jump right into probably the biggest playlist we got, which is the release date?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we got two pretty big ones. I feel like the first one she dropped kind of had people, like,
guessing what it was
going on. Yeah.
And that was the Halloween deadline work in progress one.
Yeah. So can you see that there, Liv?
I can, yes.
Okay, so we all spiraled when we saw this, right? Because WIP means work in progress, and she has a Halloween deadline, and obviously a lot of us all summer have theorized that the next book was coming October 28th.
Yeah.
Clearly that is not the case.
No, clearly, I mean, we kind of figured that anyway. After August 28th had passed, I said if we don't hear anything August 28th, in my opinion, we're not getting an October 28th release date. It doesn't make sense publisher-wise. Bloom specifically, while other publishers may do 30-day release dates or 30-day pre-orders, Bloom's has really never done that. They've done a 45-day, and that was
Jessa Hastings.
They did it for Jessa Hastings, and she had to beg for that. But Bloom's normally doesn't do anything less than 60 days. So I came out and I said, like, if we don't hear anything by August 28th, I guarantee you we're not getting an October 28th release date. And then sure enough, we get this Halloween deadline work in progress, which is clearly past the October 28th release date. And it's a work in progress, which means she's not submitted it to the publishers yet. It's something that she's currently working on. What do you think this is? What book do you think this is?
Well, okay, so obviously I was spiraling over this one, and I got frustrated by it, obviously, because a lot of people know my feelings on Blooms, okay? And I really feel like the decisions that Blooms made is what has led to us having all of these long, completely unnecessary delays, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So Chloe basically dropped 2 release date-ish things. Okay. So she posted this. Was this in the last drop, or was this the mid drop?
This was, I believe, on Saturday, because she kept going after this.
Okay, so we have this playlist: late February, early March, 26 heart, plus May/June 26 times 2 and a heart. So after she posted this, I then started to relax a little bit more with the Halloween work in progress deadline, because I'm like, okay, that's probably not Hughie and Lizzie's next book. Because
no, definitely not.
Chloe did post at the beginning of the summer, before she went on her hiatus, that she had written a majority of Healing 7, which is Claire and Gibsie's next book. And so that's why the Halloween work in progress, it made no sense to me. And so I think the Halloween work in progress is Feeling 12, because Chloe dropped so many Feely Katie stuff that it tells me she's currently writing it.
Oh, jump scare. Editing timeline jump here. We did get playlists today as I'm editing this. They came out, and Chloe confirms that we have 3 more books, which this playlist already kind of said. And those 3 books are the last 3 before we jump into the college years / adult years. So this has to be Liz Hugh, Claire Gibbs, Katie Feely. See, new information comes out all the time.
Because I feel like people are really, really analyzing the way that Chloe typed this with commas and slashes and
the song.
Yes. Yeah, so the song, you guys, if you are listening to this podcast, it is released by Grace Potter. And Chloe put rough estimate, like, in the description. So I really think
this is clearly about the books.
The release
dates with the books.
Yeah, she's just giving us a hint. Because this would also line up, because we know that Blooms has to re-release the series, and it will be finished at the end of February. So this would line up with that.
Yes. I actually think we get, I think it makes more sense to get the next book, which 100% is Hughie Lizzie, early March, because I don't see them doing 2 book releases in February. And you would have the re-release and then this new release in February. February is too short of a month, so I feel like they would wait till early March for the new Lizzie Hughie book.
Yeah, I agree. Chloe, when she was on Chloe's Clovers, she specified her, like, she shared her writing process all the time with her readers. And basically, from what I understood from what she would say, is she was basically writing everybody's stories at the same time. Like, just when she would think of things, she would go into each book and write it. And you can kind of tell from the playlist, because the playlists have changed over the years, right?
Yeah.
And it also makes sense for her to be writing these all at once because of the timelines, right?
100%.
Really, like, this series is very special because of the timelines. And she really, really makes parallels important. And so I think it just makes sense that she writes these certain timeline events at the same time, you know?
Yeah. I think for sure the first book she's talking about here is Hughie Lizzie. The question becomes again, what is the next book or the next 2 books? Because it's the times 2, right?
Yes.
Is she talking about Healing 7, or is she talking about Katie Feely's duet? Or is it a novella? Like, without a doubt, the first book is Hughie Lizzie. Could it be a trilogy? Potentially, I guess. Especially because we know there's so much information with Hughie Lizzie to go through. I could see it being that. There's just so many. It could be this, but it also could be this type of deal, you know?
Yeah, and we've talked about that a lot on TikTok. We have some theory videos about 3 books versus 2. My whole theory is I think 3, just because Lizzie and Hughie's prequel book was like 800 pages, just their prequel, and we have so much left to cover. So I don't know, but people are really, really looking at the wording of this playlist, I think, a little too deep, because I don't know if you've seen these theories, Liv, but basically people are looking at the whole late February, early March, and then the May/June as like a separate thing. So what I've seen people say is that the late February, early March means we get a book late February and early March, and then the May/June, she doesn't know what it is yet. And I'm like,
I disagree. I think the late February, early March means you're getting it late February or early March.
Yeah, and like I said, I think people just, they look into this stuff way too deep. And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Elle or Chloe or both of them at some point say not everything in this series is too deep?
Yeah, they were like, sometimes when we say we're taking a break, it's us taking a break. That's why we're quiet. It's not everything is super deep type of deal. And that was like after all of this. So I feel like they saw all of these theory videos and whatnot, and clearly were like, not everything is super deep, you guys. You don't take the lyrics to every song that she posts super literal. Like, you know, come on. But
Yeah,
a lot of people like to do that.
I saw this crazy theory that this particular playlist, has nothing to do with release dates, and is some philosophical metaphor for Chloe releasing us from the series.
Blooms would never let that happen. Like, Blooms is gonna ride this cash cow out. Like,
and see, this is what I'm saying when Elle and Chloe said not everything is that deep.
Well, especially with her saying she's coming back to that was another big playlist we got. She's coming back to social media. Why, if she's coming back to social media, would it be to be like, oh, by the way, here's the final books of the series. Peace out.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that
would
one
make
up,
no
guys,
sense.
because this was a huge playlist that she dropped. This was actually the one that I was excited about. Like, I was really excited to see the release date one.
It's right there, the Midnights.
This playlist right here, I was so excited because I'm an OG reader. I was part of Chloe's Clovers, and like I said, she shared her writing process. She really, really loved the support from her readers. She would respond to them in comments, and she says right here, I'm going to do my best to get my shit together and get on top of social media, lads. Please bear with me. I'll get information out to you faster. Just bear with me for a little bit longer. She's going to update the website herself, get back into Facebook, but you guys, I'm a little worried about this. I will say, Liv. I'm a little
worried. I think we should be very worried.
I'm a lot worried.
I think we should be very worried about people have super weird parasocial relationships with me, with my husband, and this is someone who is much bigger. And I'm like, we already have people who've sent her threats and whatnot. Her coming back to social media at the peak. This is peak Boys of Tommen season. That's just the bottom line. Releasing 10 is her best-selling book she's ever put out. It's the most hype the series has ever gotten. That's why it also doesn't make sense to wait so long for a release. But okay, Blooms, you do whatever you want to do, I guess. At the same time, like, this is peak season, and the fandom is incredibly tough to be in.
Yes.
Incredibly difficult.
I described this to Liv a few weeks ago. The way that I look at the Boys of Tommen fandom, especially right now, is, you know, in Mean Girls, the map of the cafeteria that Janice makes. That's kind of what I'm using to describe here, because I feel like we have different tables. We have people that are, let's be honest, way too young to be reading this series, and they think that they're the only ones allowed to read it. So then they bully and harass adult women and say that it's inappropriate for them to be reading the series. So we have them. Then you have another table of people who think they are the say-all, tell-all of the fandom, that their theories are the only ones that matter. They're the only ones allowed to say theories. They just think that their stuff is the only ones that matter.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's just, I have to go on a detox on TikTok like every other week because it is just exhausting. I don't understand why we can't just share our love of a series with other people without all this crap.
And what's crazy is I'm a part of much bigger fandoms, arguably. The Fourth Wing fandom, the Empyrean series fandom is much bigger than the Boys of Tommen fandom. The Sarah J. Maas universe is much bigger. Their fans, in my opinion, are not as toxic and hateful almost as what we're seeing in the Boys of Tommen universe these days. This competition to my theory is better than yours type of deal. This competition of trying to be the face of the Boys of Tommen, which is insane because that's the last thing Chloe would want. This is the playlist that says it. She wants to go back to the OG indie days where everyone was talking, everyone was together. It was a community, you know?
Well, and that's partly why I think a little bit of me, that's why she's coming back, to take a little bit of her power back, because let's face it, people have been unhinged this summer. Absolutely unhinged with their behavior in this series. I mean, people have admitted on camera to emailing Chloe and Elle daily. You guys, that's harassment.
Yeah.
That is harassment. We have to stop these parasocial relationships with authors and influencers. It crosses so many lines.
So many boundaries, and it's because these people these days feel that influencers or authors or celebrities owe them something. Yes. They feel like they're owed their time, their attention, which you're just not. That's just the bottom line.
No, I mean, you know, Olivia and I, we were teenagers at the same time the Boys of Tommen characters were teenagers, and we didn't have ways of DMing authors when we're upset about something.
Yeah.
You know, you got over it. You know?
Yeah.
You read Twilight and you went, "Oh, I don't like what happened, but I can't message Stephanie Meyer about it." So
I was like, but I can't wait for the next book to see if this changes or something different happens there. Like, that's what it was.
And so I feel like, you know, as great as technology has been, I feel like we are just at a really ugly place right now.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm very excited that Chloe is coming back, but I am really worried because the thing, I mean, you guys, she was on camera at the beginning of the summer holding back tears from the treatment that she had received for this series. Shaking. She received death threats on her children.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't think that crosses a line. So if you are listening to this or watching, I just, you know, let's give Chloe that support.
Yeah.
You know, because
she's gonna need that more than ever.
She has shared a lot of her personal life with us. Yeah. She did not have to tell us that Lizzie's story was her personal story. She did not have to tell us that, but she did. And for her to get the treatment that she's gotten and the comments that she's gotten, it's an ugly place. And the irony is not lost on me that this entire series was created to bring light to bullying and harassment. And this is exactly what it's created.
Yeah. With this in mind, we know that we're going to be getting a lot more from her, especially to hype up the release that is coming in February or March. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see what the new Chloe Clovers is going to be like, what that energy is going to be like, and just if we just got to support her, right? We want to keep up with not only the Boys of Tommen, but all future projects for Chloe. I'm excited for.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say one thing, and then I will not say this again, but if you are a person that truly thinks Chloe Walsh is problematic, stop reading these books.
Stop reading the books. I don't want to see that I love this series, or you being part of the fandom, but then going around trash talking Chloe Walsh, or saying that you pirate her books.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's, you guys, I don't know what you're doing. To me, it's performative activism. That's what
100%. 100%.
Because you guys love to go in people's comments and go, this is a problematic author, but then I'll go onto your account and see that the last 4 books you read were Sarah J. Maas. So...
Yeah. Or you're talking about the Boys of Tommen fans. Mm-hmm. Or you're talking about how you love the certain characters.
Yeah.
But then you put in their problematic author. Stop reading the books. Like, it's fake. It's fake.
Yeah, and I just want to say also that the world is on fire right now, and we could literally be spending all of our time and energy going after people that literally want people kidnapped off the streets. But yeah, let's focus on the people reading books over here.
Seriously. It's crazy. Crazy whack.
Seriously,
crazy timeline we live in, and every day it gets crazier, right?
So, Liv, were there any more playlists that you really wanted to talk about, or did we kind of want to get into some theories that people have based on these playlists?
I think a big one that we should probably talk about, let's talk about Gibsie writing a letter to Liz. Right? We do have a playlist there of Gibbs writing a letter to Liz. I think this is important. It ties into the letter video we had that was posted last week with Heather. Her theory on that's incredible, by the way. This also then ties into what we believe, because we also got a playlist of Thor holding back the Viper as she's screaming, "You want me dead?" And he's like, "That's the last thing I want. It would hurt me if you were hurt," type of deal. And we believe that is a parallel of Gibsie saving Lizzie, and it's going to involve water, and he's going to face his fear of water to save Lizzie. But we believe this is Lizzie making an attempt, and obviously Gibsie's there, and he stops her in some way. Right there. Lizzie, stop.
Okay.
So this is obviously him holding her and backing away from something. This has to be on the bridge, in my opinion. This has to be Lizzie probably attempting. He's there, and he stops her. And we had a great thing with Grace, and Elle's reads about this, with this being a parallel with the water and him facing his fear of water to save Lizzie here.
Yeah, and I've said before on lives and some theory videos that I really think this whole thing with Gibsie and Lizzie is going to come full circle.
100%. I agree. It has to. That's what she loves. She loves doing those.
Because here's the thing, whether Gibsie failed her or not, they both view it that way. Even Gibsie himself feels like he failed Lizzie, even though he doesn't know how. Right. So that's why I just think it's going to come full circle.
We also have a new playlist, I believe. Another, it's not a new playlist, but it expanded the Apple playlist of Lizzie biting the apple. This is clearly the day after Hughie's 18th birthday, which implies that Lizzie and Hughie did probably sleep together on his birthday. I still don't believe it's their first time, and everything in that snippet does not reveal that it's like their first time, especially because we have a bunch of Halloween playlists like fight or flight. Is he gonna fight or flee?
Yeah, and
I believe it's for his relationship.
It's not that we believe they won't do it on that night. We just don't think it's their first time.
Especially because all of the playlists that we get for Dublin are the song I Like the Way You Kiss Me, and we have a playlist of Liz taking HSV, and it's that song. So I think it's either Dublin or before Dublin. It has to be. But they're definitely sleeping together in Dublin, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
And why would you want Hughie to be sick and still holding Katie's hand after their first time sleeping together? Like, why would you want him to be sick and, like, running away from everybody and still, like that doesn't make sense, you know?
But see, this is where I told you, like, this is where people stand 10 toes down on their theory until they're blue in the face. Because here's the thing, you guys. I can admit when I'm wrong. Yeah. I have clowned myself all summer long. I have seriously clowned myself, and I can admit when I'm wrong. But there are other people in this fandom that cannot do that. And they look like assholes.
Well, it also comes down to, why would you want their first time to really be after Mark shows up? Like, it would still be
Especially because every time Lizzie sees Mark, she's triggered. And Mark would have landed on her that night. Yeah. So I can't get too much into this one, Liv. You know me and my
No, I can't. So let's jump into another one that I actually think is pretty heartbreaking. And it's the Liz finding in my opinion, she finds the photographs.
Photos, yes. Yeah. Where was that one?
That Hugh throwing shade at Pierce kind of confirms that Pierce and Hugh kind of go back and forth. So it's right there, the Eminem one. There we go. So now I lay on the flat of my back, staring up at the ceiling while my fingers gripped what I could only assume was a figment of my imagination. The girl in the picture reflected everything inside of me that I wanted to surgically remove with a scalpel or a bottle of acid. Either one seemed like a good way to go. I wanted to remove everything inside of me. And that's where it ends. Yeah. She has to be holding the pictures here, and she doesn't believe what she's seeing. So here's the thing. When Mark gives her the pictures, does she automatically look at them then and just doesn't compute kind of what she's seeing as reality?
Yeah, we've talked about this before, but Lizzie's mind is not a reliable narrator to her.
Yeah.
She says, like, the very first time they put her in treatment, because remember, she had it. That's when she attacks Kiva and says, "You brought the monster." They take her to treatment, and right after that, she says, "Now I know that the monster is only in my dreams, and when I'm awake, I'm safe."
Yeah. Poor girl, man. And then we also have the one that kind of goes hand in hand with this, which I believe it's all after the reveal of Mark, and it's the "I'm so ashamed of myself" right there. I'm so dirty and I can't get clean.
Yes.
This has to be, in my opinion, after Mark, where she feels guilty and is going to shame herself.
If you guys have not seen our very first episode, we have our big 2005 timeline, and we do theorize that Mark returns around Easter.
Yeah.
And probably makes contact with Lizzie around then.
Agreed. How about other stuff in here? Do we have any other playlists that we want to go through here that you see?
Well, I guess let's just talk about some theories that people have had in the last week based on these playlists and other stuff. I know myself, I have been very much on the Feely, his sister being his mother theory all summer, and
Yes.
Chloe kind of confirmed that for me.
Right there, Patrick's older sister, Michelle.
Yeah, so Feely is obviously a dark horse. Like, we really do not know a lot about him, but R10 kind of gave us a little bit more of a picture at his family.
Yeah.
And we have a scene at his birthday. It's just him and Hughie, and his dad is a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to a 7-year-old boy. Like, there is no paternal bone in his body. And I remember he made a comment saying, well, your sisters made you this way. You're soft because of your sisters. And in the books, it said that his parents are very old and that his sisters have quite an age gap with him. And I just think with all of the problems that it kind of hints to for him at home, with this big age gap, you also look at the time. He was born in the 80s in Ireland. These characters are all Catholic. They go to church. They really practice their religion. And we know that unwed mothers is not a thing that the Catholics really like. And so the big theory is that one of Patrick's sisters is actually his mother, and I'm thinking it could be Michelle.
I mean, we get her name here. That would make really the most sense, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And I've said before, too, that I think this would be a great parallel to Katie and Feely's relationship, because we know Katie comes from teen parents.
Mm-hmm.
We know, supposedly, Feely comes from very
We
old
even have a snippet
parents.
of that, don't we? We even have a snippet confirming that of
in
Katie
fact,
talking to her dad.
The first time we got a snippet in Katie's POV.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. So is that the work in progress? Is Katie and Feely's book? This is the first time we get her POV.
Yes. So the playlist I just pulled up for Katie's POV. I'm doing the best I can, kitten. Your best is deplorable. I was 16 years old, he admitted with a broken sigh. I didn't know what to do with a baby. Yeah, I know, Dad. I was the baby you walked out on. I didn't walk out on you, he countered, green eyes flashing with guilt. That was your mother, kitten, not me. And so it just, I'm excited for Katie and Feely. It's the mystery of it all. They are very,
well, I think we're going to see a very different type of relationship here.
Yes.
That we're not used to. And I think it's going to be where really it's the woman kind of being like, I am too good for you.
Absolutely. Because the thing is from playlists we've seen, Patrick's going to go on a bender.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he likes to drink, and he likes to sleep with girls, especially Casey. There are some Casey playlists there.
Oh, the Casey playlist!
I think Patrick uses drinking and sex as an outlet for his trauma. Yeah. And what I'm thinking, based on the playlists that allude to him breaking down and going through a rough time, I'm wondering if he starts to learn about his parentage, because these characters' trauma, they can't just be about their love lives, right? That's too one-dimensional. They need their other stuff, and so this would be very interesting if that was Patrick's trauma.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And well, I think we're going to get a lot of with the Lynchers, we got Teddy Lynch being the main villain there. I think with this next series, we got Mark Allen. And then I think with the third, it's actually going to be their own inner demons that are the villains here.
I agree. Because the thing with Katie and Feely is they are both the second choice.
Yeah.
Right? Even with their parents. Because this actually would be because, okay, so let's say this whole Feely theory is true, which I really think it is. That would also make him unwanted, because his parents didn't want him. They're both being raised by people that are not their parents.
Yeah,
because Katie lives with her grandparents.
And feeling like they're not wanted.
Exactly.
And so they cling on to these people who they think should also want them, and are so desperate for their approval because they feel like it could fix their inner trauma.
Yeah, and I've said this before. We have to stop villainizing Katie for being with Hughie, because I look at as Katie is a good girl, right?
Vice versa, though, too, honestly.
Yeah, and so Katie clearly has men that constantly disappoint her.
Mm-hmm.
And Hughie is this guy that, looking on the outside, you see a guy with his head on his shoulders. He does really well in school. He's a great rugby athlete. He wants to be a doctor. He's got a stable home life. So to her, I'm going to put all my eggs in that basket.
Yeah. If I can make the ideal guy want me, then I am worthy of something type of deal. I've been there, girl. Trust me. Well, while you're dealing with that, I want to talk about, what's interesting with these playlists, actually, is because normally when Chloe drops playlists, we have a lot to talk about. You can theorize off a lot of them.
Yes.
And I feel like 72 hours worth of drops, and there's really not a lot of, new content to, theorize off of.
No, I think what she did was she gave us just enough to kind of solidify a lot of theories. She gave us enough to debunk other theories, some of my own included. And I think she gave us enough to get us hyped up for, Feely Katie, stuff like that.
I agree, 100%. I was just thinking that. I was like, interesting, because normally I'm, able to make a TikTok a day about a playlist, and I haven't had that inkling with what even though she released a ton, I really haven't had anything new. I've done the water theory with Gibsie, the letter theory, but other than that, that's really...
Yeah, and my whole thing was, like I said, I got excited for the Patrick sister comfort. That's what I was excited for. But other than that, nothing really new theory-wise came to.
I mean, we have Patrick and Hughie fighting, which we knew was going to happen based on previous snippets. We know that they're in competition not only with Katie, and it's not even competition, it's that they are in this miscommunication of Katie and Liz, right? Hughie thinks Feely wants Liz, Feely thinks Hughie wants Katie, and it's actually quite the opposite there, right?
Yeah.
That's where their whole miscommunication stems from. I think that's what those playlists are. I don't think it's Hughie being jealous. I don't think it's Feely being jealous over Liz. I don't think it's Hughie being jealous over Katie. I think it's a severe miscommunication.
Yeah,
of
I
them
agree.
being Hughie's jealous over Liz and Feely's jealous over Katie type of deal.
I agree. And like I go back to too, I really think with these four characters, it's not that simple as being a love square. Right. Everybody has their own crap going on in their own lives, and if this is all based on their love lives, that's just very shallow, and that's not what's going on.
No, definitely not. There's more behind the scenes here.
Yeah.
For sure. So,
Olivia, what other kind of theories then have you seen floating around this week?
Have I seen floating around besides the releasing everything, besides the dates being some, I've seen the releasing the series, I've seen the releasing the relationship between Katie and Hugh, I've seen one about this, the Nickelback one there being Mark related. Okay. I've seen a lot of interesting ones, and people really looking deeply into the lyrics, which is I think the wrong way to look at these things, but that's just my opinion.
I agree, because there are people that think that the playlists are canon, right? They're law based on the lyrics. I, however, because I have a few friends that are authors, and they listen to music when they write.
Yeah.
And I'm not an author, but I have written for fun, and I use music when I'm, thinking of certain scenes, putting that song in that moment. And I think that's what Chloe's doing, is she's thinking of this song playing during that moment.
She's not listening to the lyrics and then writing a story based off of the lyrics of these songs, in my opinion.
Exactly.
But I know that there was a big theory that people were tagging me in, about Brian the Cat. I don't know if you've seen that one, and being a parallel to Mark. I thought it was fun. I love fun, unhinged theories, you guys. I truly
absolutely.
do. As long as we can admit that they're fun, unhinged theories, and sometimes they're not all going to be correct, right? I think if we're able to do that, that's what makes this fun, and being able to accept when we're wrong. We're able to come on here and be like, you know what? Yeah, my theory was incorrect. A lot of people aren't willing to do that. I did see that theory video, and it kind of went into this whole thing of now then there's more potential victims, I believe. There's also then People are saying
It
there's
got
a
very
child abuse ring.
and
Mark was
more
blackmailing the pharmacist to get
Yeah.
pills. I think that's when I think we start diving off the deep end, you know?
Yeah.
And as a cat lover, I'm going to be quite honest with you, I'm never going to villainize a cat. I mean, I have 4 cats. I've got their faces tattooed on me.
For those of you that don't know the theory, and like I said, it's not a bad theory. I think it's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the whole, it's like in 4 parts, it's very long. But basically, the gist of it, I understand, is that Brian, Gibsie's cat, or his mother's cat, is a metaphor for Mark. And the thing is, the reason I'm going to debunk that is, for one,
Can I just say real quick, I think it's interesting that they say it's a metaphor for Mark, when in my opinion, I see it being more of Saiva putting another person, another thing above Gibsie.
I agree.
That's what I view it as. And that's why you kind of see the similarities with Mark, is because Saiva puts Mark above Gibsie. I think this is another thing of Gibsie fighting for his parents' affection, and Saiva really putting other people and other creatures above her own child.
I agree. And, you know, I hate to go back to this, but Elle and Chloe said everything is not that deep. And apparently, I saw on Facebook, Brian is based off of Chloe's cat.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I want to bring up one other thing here. I don't think this merch would be a thing if it was Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Although I do love that. I might buy that. That's on Chloe's website?
That's on Chloe's website, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's advertising Brian the cat if it's a metaphor for Mark. She's not going to be selling t-shirts with Brian the cat on there. And like you said, some people who were part of Chloe's OG Clover group said that she has mentioned that Brian the cat is based off of her own cat. And to be quite honest with you, if you want to, people are going to be like, well, why is she making the cat vicious? I was on the show My Cat from Hell.
Cats are vicious, you guys.
I was on the show My Cat from Hell because my cat would relentlessly attack my husband.
Okay, I have fun. So when I was a kid, we went on vacation, and our neighbor was watching our pets. We had dogs and a cat. And I still remember this because when we came home from vacation, we pulled into the driveway, and our neighbor left a printout on the garage door, and it said, "Beware of Java the butt." Our cat's name was Java, so I'm like, oh, the cat was not nice to the neighbor.
We just went on vacation, and we had a family crisis, but during that, the guy who has watched my cats for almost 8 years got attacked. like Watson, we call him Godzilla, the king of monsters, because you do the smallest thing, he's gonna take offense, he's gonna attack you. Like, we've had to go to the ER, like, people have gotten infections, like, cats can be vicious creatures, but that doesn't mean I don't love them. I'm a cat fan for life.
You're a cat girl, seriously.
I'm a cat girly.
But yeah, guys, the point is cats are very different than dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there are a lot of cats that do not want to snuggle with people.
No.
Like,
let's see, hold on, let's watch this. Come here, baby, come here. Come here, baby.
You guys, if you're listening, the arms are stretched.
Look, he's like looking for an exit.
Away.
He's like, look at him. He's like, put me. Oh, what? He wouldn't attack me. This is not Godzilla. This is my Sherlock film, but he does not like being touched or picked up. Ah! He just started swatting at me like.
Yeah, so I think this is a prime example of we're getting a little too deep here.
Yeah.
We're getting a little too deep.
Yeah. Agreed. I just think it goes back to Chloe would not be selling shirts if it was Mark. But once again, I love unhinged theories, but we have to be able to accept when we might be wrong, right?
Yeah.
It's cute.
I know.
It's cute. I like it.
I know, but like Olivia said, we have to admit when we're clowns, and let's face it, this entire fandom, we're all clowns.
Look, people have been buying this shirt, too.
I love it.
People have been buying it.
I love it.
I'm gonna buy it right now. Should I get the pink one? You guys, let us know in the comments what color I should get.
Yes,
show me the ocean
white,
blue.
A pink, and a blue.
Ooh, I kind of like the blue.
I know, the blue's not bad.
But I'm also
the blue kind
pink
of makes
girly.
Brian pop a little better.
That's true. That's true.
Because, guys, what's interesting is there's no merch for Cherub. Only Brian.
Only Brian.
Only Brian. So
because he's the popular one. Because here comes Godzilla. Hi, Godzilla. I'm a king of the monsters.
And then there's a little crew neck.
Oh my gosh, she has more Brian merch.
Yeah, she's got a crew neck.
I love it.
Right?
Cork County Show, Chloe. Drop more merch, Chloe. Like, please.
Yeah,
could you imagine if she dropped more merch? I would buy so much stuff.
Right?
I would buy so much stuff. Oh, there's cups. Quite love this.
I know. There's like a Biddy's pint glass.
Oh yeah.
And a Dinnaman. I like
the Dinnamans.
Dinnaman.
I do too.
Cool.
I do too.
I like the notebook.
Malloy's Motor shirt.
I have this one.
Do you?
Word of advice, if you are going to get a crew neck, size up because the neck is super tight.
Yeah. Strangling you? Yeah. But see, maybe she's going to be updating this. Because we have Gibsie.
She said she was going to update her website. So as of right now, this is what her site looks like.
I'm very curious. I do think she's going to add more stuff too. When do we think she's going to do that? It's got to be like
her lovely story that she had to include.
I know, my poor Chloe.
She shouldn't have had to have done that in the first place. And this is why I'm gonna forever hate Blooms.
For not supporting their authors?
Their author, no. And I think that's why Elsie Silver is leaving them.
Yeah.
So.
Agreed. Have you heard any other theories? Anything else?
No, it's a lot of people are just kind of riding their same theories.
Yeah. That's been the thing, right? Like I said, you get these things where she did a 72-hour drop, like almost endless, right?
Yeah.
But the playlist you can't really theorize off of. It's more of like solidifying things or questioning more things, you know?
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm tired of theorizing.
I
cannot theorize until I have another book.
And at this point, I've given my theories, right? Yeah. I basically have everything, and I don't want to continue to like push that button to like try to prove I'm right. When at the bottom of at the end of the day, bottom line is I am not Chloe Walsh. She's the one who decides what happens, and if it's not what my theory is, I'm not going to be mad at her. I'm actually going to be thrilled because I want to be surprised, right?
Right.
So, I don't really have, unless we get something that's like a complete bombshell next drop, I really have nothing more to say. I think my theories are my theories, and a lot of what she said solidified a lot of them, and a lot of what she dropped debunked them, and that's totally okay.
Yeah.
But we get on lives, you guys. We do lives every Thursday usually, especially when there is playlist drops. If there's playlist drops, we usually go live that night to talk about what was dropped. So if we're not going over everything, it's because we've already discussed it, right? Yeah. We went on live for 3 hours twice during Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Just to discuss these things. No, Friday and Sunday to discuss the playlist. So we kind of already talked about it. And given where we think it ties in,
can go to our TikToks. We have all of our theory videos there, but it just gets to a point where I can't talk about the same things over and over. Yeah. Like, I love this series. This series is my favorite. Like, everybody that knows me knows that this is my favorite series. I made the tandem guide. I was the first one to make that a year and a half ago. Chloe picked me to do the UK cover reveal. But I cannot talk about this series 24/7.
Yeah.
I can't. My brain is breaking.
And I don't think Chloe would want us to either, because it's not ours, it's Chloe's. Like,
exactly. It's not
she wants to give us something that we appreciate and is unique, and she doesn't owe us a certain story going a certain way.
No, I agree.
So that's how I feel about it. But I am excited to see Chloe come back to social media, where we go from here, what that interaction is going to look like. especially with the combination of TikTok these days, right?
Yeah.
I should be able to use that.
That's what Chloe loves Facebook, so I really think she'll primarily stay there.
Yeah.
Which is probably better because there's a different age demographic on Facebook than there is on
old?
TikTok.
People think we're old grannies.
Decrepit.
Seriously, oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's more our market, I guess you could say. Though I'm barely on Facebook these days.
But yeah, it's just like I've thought about rereading, but I don't want to reread until I have the next release date. You know,
which we know is February, March, but I want an actual date.
Yeah, I want an actual concrete date, and I feel like with Chloe coming back, we'll probably get more hints to that.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree 100%. And you guys could say that she's dropping a lot and she's spoiling her own book, but she's not. There's so much still to go, and she was very interactive back in the OG Chloe Clover days, where she'd drop like full pages of stuff. Like she would drop.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand this narrative of Chloe spoiling her own books, because she's been posting the Spotify playlist for years, and I can tell you that I never, ever, ever would have had an inkling of the things going on with Lizzie. Based on the playlist that she gave us in the last several years.
Yeah.
So
she knows how to tease it.
Weird.
Well, and I think she's very intentional with what she releases, and kind of is tricky. A little trickster.
Oh, absolutely. She gives us red herrings.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
And like I said, I think she specifically gives us certain playlists to shut us up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've had enough of this theory. It's wrong. I'm debunking you.
Yes. Yes. I agree, 100%.
But I guess, guys, there are other series out there. Like, Liv, what are you reading right now?
Right now, I just finished my Ironside Academy series, which
you've been really excited for that. That was that took up the end of your summer, didn't it?
That took up the end of my summer because I've been waiting for it. It's a 6-book series. As you can see, I have it over here. It's my God tier reverse harem Why Choose series. Just spectacularly written. I did do I got a ton of new books. I'm trying to get into Direbound. Have you heard about that book? It's like I think it's like a wolf shifter book.
Okay,
it's super popular.
I'm on a wolf shifter kick right now.
It's like a fantasy / wolf. Nash Reads, who's big on TikTok, it's like one of her top picks of the year, and she's constantly talking about it. So I picked that up at Barnes & Noble. I also picked up Heavenly Bodies, which people rave about. It's another fantasy book. I picked up a vampire one that's a young adult one that was Barnes & Noble's pick of the month.
You had a nice little haul.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books I got.
Oh, that's great.
And then I got the Fourth Wing coloring book.
I love it. I love that. I was thinking of stopping at Barnes & Noble and getting the new set of Devil's Night. Because when we do our reread, I want to annotate again. But I've already annotated my other set.
Yeah. I've got the OG covers there. Is that the OG covers?
It's like the 2.0.
Yeah.
So my covers, I'm so mad. My covers changed halfway through. So I have the OG of Corrupt and Hideaway. And then I have those ones that you have for Nightfall and Kill Switch.
I like these a lot.
Yeah.
And then I have this is the Nightfall that I've annotated.
Okay. I do like those new covers. They're really good.
I still prefer these ones, but yeah.
I prefer the OG.
I have no idea what those look like, to be honest. I couldn't tell you.
I'll pull them up real quick.
Speaking of Devil's Night.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Do you feel that chill in the air?
The chill. Creepy crawlies coming in because it's Devil's Night reread season.
Oh, yes. So if you guys are not following us on Bookstagram or TikTok, we posted our schedule for the Devil's Night reread. We are so excited.
Yeah. I'm getting my nails done. They're going to be Devil's Night. Number one, I broke this off while I was in Colorado. But I'm getting them done. They're going to be Devil's Night themed. I just have to pick which one I want to do. I'm very excited. Very excited for it.
But yeah, I've been on a shifter romance kick. It's been so fun being sick this week because it's a very unhinged shifter romance. Like,
and she's like messaging me like, what are your recommendations?
Yes. And she sent me one she DNF'd, and that's the one I've been binging. I'm on book 3 already.
That's the D.D. Prince one?
Yeah, okay, so you told me where you DNF'd. I think if you would have went a little further, you would have stuck with it. Because it kind of took a little bit of a pitch black romance turn, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to go back then.
Yeah.
Because I prefer that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's spooky season. Shifter romances are fun to read this time of year.
Well, I've been trying to find really good vampire ones, right?
Vampire ones, I'm so picky. I don't know if you read Allie Hazelwood's one.
I
did not like it. It was definitely not my favorite.
Well, I'm excited for spooky season, all the spooky books that we are going to read. You guys have to drop your recommendations of what you'd like us to read after we do the Devil's Night series.
Yes, and those ones are going to be live. So we're going to be live on YouTube. You guys can join in the chat. We're going to have some fun, talk about the series, the foreshadowing, play some games. It's
going to be great.
It's going to be fun. This is my favorite time of year, and the world is on fire, and I just want to enjoy my books with people that also enjoy these books.
My tummy just growled. Tummy's like, go eat some food.
Are you starving at 11:15 at night?
I have an acai bowl over here that I haven't eaten. It's literally been sitting here since like 8 p.m.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Gotta eat that next. Or toasted strudel. I'm craving toasted strudels too. There's that.
Yeah, so what you guys don't know is while we film this late at night, you may think, oh, go to bed, it's almost midnight. No, the evening is just getting started for the two of us.
The letter video that I did with Heather was filmed at 3 a.m.
Yes, so the reason I am not in that video is because I said, do it yourself. I had actually just jumped out of the shower, and I'm like, no. I'm not in a good space right now to get on camera.
Say hello to everybody. My little black kitty's here.
Gorgeous. I love
Isn't he stunning? Isn't he stunning? Handsome boy.
He said, join our coven.
Join the coven, ladies. Come join us. Follow us on TikTok. As you can see, our ads are here. If not, we'll have them in the description box if you're listening to this on Spotify. Also, follow our Instagram page, The Tired Witches Podcast. We're always going to be putting updates there, little snippets and clips. That's where you can message us. And then we should have our Discord up soon. Hopefully, our mod has been going through some stuff personally, as we all have. It's been a rough week, so it's taken a little bit longer, but we will get that up where we can all talk. You can get book recs. We can talk Spotify snippets way easier. It'll just be quicker. So join us there. Follow us. Subscribe so you can get all the updates with us. Yeah.
Make sure you guys are subscribed to us here on YouTube, and then you can join us on those lives. And we're excited to have a lot of fun. So I think the first live is scheduled for, I think, the week after next. So 2 weeks. So perfect. We'll probably have one more regular episode between here and there. Well, I say regular episode when all we've talked about is Boys of Tommen.
I know.
We'll have an actual regular episode.
Chloe's just been spoiling us, so we've had to talk about it.
We say that, and then she's going to give us another 72-hour binge.
Oh my god, could you imagine? Or she'll be like, surprise, here's the actual release dates. Or she'll drop a surprise novella, just knowing Chloe. Like, it'll be something that makes us have to come on camera and continue to film.
Well, and like, the small part of me is I've read all of Chloe's other books. I want some more stuff from her. Like, as much as I love Boys of Tommen, I know the woman is probably itching to write other things.
Yeah. Well, and that's the beautiful thing with, like, Rebecca Yarros, who can write Fourth Wing and then go and write a contemporary, right? She has those contracts in place.
Like, her contract says that she has to write a 2 contemporaries in between or something like that
before she goes back to the Empyrean series. So she gets that break. Chloe does not.
No, Chloe doesn't get that break, and then she's bullied and harassed. I'm sure there are times in her life where she does not want to hear the names Johnny, Shannon,
Lizzie, Hughie.
Yeah.
She's like, please, dear God, stop talking about this.
Don't ever mention those names again.
That's why it's going to be interesting to see what we get when she goes back to social media. You guys, exciting things coming ahead.
Just be nice to her, you guys. I said it at the beginning, and I'm giving you one final warning. Just be nice. And if you don't agree with her and you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
Yeah. If we want to continue this atmosphere of Chloe releasing things and being interactive with her fans, then we need to foster that positive environment with Chloe Walsh, right? So when she comes back to social media,
all of these things from an author, you might want to give respect for you to get those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But thank you guys for joining us. I don't know what day of the week it is for you, because like I said, this is uploaded on Monday and you can listen to it whenever. But just wherever you are in the world, I hope you're enjoying the books that you're reading. And if you're not, put them down and pick something else up.
DNFing is real easy.
I have wasted too much time in my life completing books that I should have DNF'd.
Yeah, DNF is real easy for me. I DNF on a second paragraph.
Life is too short. Just DNF.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have a good one, and we will see you next week. And Chloe, give us a little more. We're excited to see your comeback, girl. The comeback kid.
Yes.
Have a good one, you guys.
Bye.